Hello and welcome to another episode of Strength and Speed. Again, I am your host, Michael Stefano from Obstacle Running Adventures, and I'm back with Evan. It is now the end of day 2. Evan, how you feeling?
Pretty good, actually. I actually feel better than I did yesterday, even though I ran farther.
Really? And how many miles did you run this time?
Today we did 35 miles, and about 2 of those were from moving in and out of the gym, kind of walking around. So it was like 33 repeats, so 33 times 4 obstacles. What is that? A lot.
So you front-loaded today a little bit. Which day are you worried about now?
So the obviously the last day, it's a live event. It's Casey Timber Challenge in Bonner Springs, Kansas, and that is only open for a couple hours. So I know we'll be able to get probably about 12 miles in that day. But then you just don't know what the weather's going to bring for the rest of the week. So we might end up at a course where there's a lot of snow, and we're schlepping through, shin to knee-deep snow, and yeah, so I just wanted to front load it up while I'm feeling good, and we'll go from there.
Yeah, absolutely. And where was the location of this event today?
Today we're at Otherworld OCR in Frederick, Maryland. It's Tim Guinan's gym.
Tim Guinan. I'm from Maryland, Germantown, Maryland. Originally Silver Spring. Who cares? We're in Otherworld Fitness, my gym. I'm Frederick, Maryland.
Former Battle Frog employees.
Rest in peace, Battle Frog.
So again, they got the Battle Frog rig in there.
When they folded, I was fortunate enough to get one of the 4 rigs.
So that was my last obstacle, was the Battle Frog rig, because it just felt right,
Absolutely. I like him because he has a good sense of humor too, right?
My people are making me do my own workouts, and now I'm feeling how poorly I treat these poor people.
Yeah, and he's really doing great things. And what's cool about it, so the gym is Otherworld Fitness, and it used to be called Otherworld OCR, but so they kind of have part OCR.
They've got everything you need to be able to practice and get better and improve your OCR performance.
Part, Olympic lifting platforms, and they have group fitness classes.
It's so fun, and I love the groups. The fact that we're getting together as a group, because I did this at home for about 5 days because I had a foot injury, and I was doing it all on my own, and I was like, man, I miss the camaraderie.
And then they have kind of like traditional weights, bodybuilding sections.
We have the weight training. There's a lot of meatheads. I'm a meathead, so I can say that.
Says that affectionately.
Yeah.
So it's really like an all-in-one stop shop for training for anything. And I also like that, these group fitness classes, a lot of them are older women, and they're coming in and they're getting exposed to obstacle course racing.
There's no such thing as too old. There really isn't, as long as you stay active.
I talked to a bunch of the classes, told them about Folds of Honor, told them about the charity event we were doing.
It's really great that they're supporting this purpose here. We have lots of military family, and I just am so proud of everybody who's given to their country and who've given their lives for our country.
And they just had a lot of nice things to say, and some of them picked up my biography, ultra-ocr man.
I heard his talk a little bit, and I have a very dear friend who was in the Army, and I thought she'd like to get one of his books. And I love anything people do to help veterans, and especially the families of wounded warriors. So bless them for doing all this, and I hope it goes well.
Which is cool. Some of them for themselves, sometimes for their spouse, and sometimes for their kids. So hopefully that spreads the sport a little more versus, right, like when someone who's in the sport buys my book, it's like, you're already in the sport. You're already indoctrinated. I want to indoctrinate some new people.
I've learned so much. If you had seen me a year and a half ago and saw me today, it's like 2 different people.
So
Just to push that point, I mean, the amount of people that young, old, bigger.
For those of us, very much overweight, much older people, we're all here. Some of us could barely get up and down off of the floor when we first started, and now we're getting up and we're moving better.
Some kids too.
Everybody, 6 years old and up, bring them out. You got to be this big to go on this ride. And some of the 6-year-olds kick my butt. So, no, an 8-year-old.
It was great seeing the variety of people out there that I really liked. And there were quite a few people out there that came to pace you, right?
Yeah, we had a couple. We had Jeff.
I'm Jeff Basugloff, and I'm from Deerwood, Maryland, which is right down the road.
Rob.
My name is Rob Willman. I live in Frederick, Maryland, a little west of here.
And Katie.
I'm Katie Willman. I'm from Baltimore, originally from Frederick.
So that was cool. And they each did a couple miles, kind of broken up. So had a lot of variety. And then obviously my pit crew came out in pace. So you and Bobby, our videographer, and Jacob. So logged some good miles.
I just appreciate that you all are here and Evan puts in the work running and doing the obstacles, but you guys put in the work behind the scenes, and it's an effort that's well worth it. And I'm just happy to participate, help out.
Yeah. And what did you think of the 1 mile loop as opposed of the out and back that we did yesterday?
Better. This is definitely better. Like I could zone out and be like, oh, we're done with the mile already. And, the pacers helped me a lot. We were just literally talking about everything and anything.
Yeah, I thought today was great. Jeff and I got to run with Evan for 4 miles. It was fantastic. He's a super, super nice guy.
So that really takes my mind off the running and makes it almost enjoyable.
Yeah, and you were, just like yesterday, you were very careful about choosing your pace to be something that people could follow appropriately.
It was really great to really slow down, be with a partner. His pace was great, conversational.
Yeah, a couple of the runners were actually moving slower than I was planning on. So I slowed down and ran at their pace. It was no problem, and it's probably a better move, which is probably why I feel better today.
That's a good point. And also shout out to some other people that donated. Deanna.
I'm Deanna Martin, and I'm from Brunswick, Maryland.
And Marcia.
My name is Marcia Adelson, and I'm from Frederick, Maryland.
But it was really nice seeing all the people, like you said, that picked up the book. They wanted to know more about you, and you inspired some people, right?
I'm here, and nothing can beat that. And if I continue to work out and lose weight, I'm going to be here a whole lot longer, and that's what really counts.
Yeah, we had one lady come over. I can't remember her name. And she's like, oh, this is my first time back in the gym in 5 months. She hadn't been to the gym in a while, and she was like, oh, your story, because I told them, I ran 28 miles yesterday, and I was on like mile 10 at the time today, and I told them about some of my experience in the military, and she's like, oh, you've inspired me to come back and stay focused. And
yeah, I think she said like this is around the time where she gives up, right?
Yeah, that's exactly what she said. And then another cool one was Katie. When on one of the runs, she was like, I was debating whether I was going to come out or not, and then I saw Stoke Shed's video from this morning, and she's like, I couldn't miss it.
Evan himself explained the entire thing to us as well. And he's like, you want to do it? I'm like, I can't say no.
So she showed up because of the video, which is awesome.
I love that. The fact that because it is a lot of effort to produce something every single, the podcast is one thing to edit, but Bobby's been doing a great job. Shout out Bobby. And he's crying behind the camera right now. Oh my God, streams.
If you haven't seen the video, go check it out. It's on my Facebook page. It's on Strength and Speed, and it's on Stoke Shed. Follow Stoke Shed because they've been producing videos every night. And he really took, just a ton of footage over 2 days and condensed it into 3 minutes where you get a lot of information. You see a lot of the gym. You see a lot of the obstacles. You get a good feel for the event. It's awesome.
As someone that usually every part of the interviews that I usually use in my episodes, so to trim these down and make them shorter was difficult. So I can only imagine how hard it is for him to get all these pictures, all these videos, and be like, I love this. It's got to go. Making it. Massaging his ego.
Yeah, seriously though, go check it out. And we're gonna produce them basically every morning. So it'll be a quick recap for the day.
And again, super grateful for the gym letting us use it. It attracted a good array of people.
A piece of equipment is a piece of equipment, right? We have a little rig underneath our barn out on the property, but I don't go there. I come here, because it's the people. Yeah, it makes a big difference.
And a lot of people that were very, very generous.
Yeah, absolutely. Very generous. Again, I loved Otherworld Fitness.
There's a lot of people having great things to say. So I want to know, how much do you pay all these people to say nice things about you?
I wish. I would love to do it for free, but I think it's more the culture we've created. It's the same with the OCR community. It's everybody's so supportive of each other.
Battle Frog rig, we threw some atomic climbing holds on there, so that was fun to go across. My hands are definitely feeling a little tender, but I still feel muscular. I feel strong. I feel good. It hurts to touch things for a long period of time. So if you notice, it looks like I'm moving across the obstacles fairly fast. It's mostly because my hands hurt and I want to get off as soon as possible. That's the main reason, honestly.
And they're right there with it, and just keep going. As long as you're moving, you're doing great.
And other than the rig, what other kind of unique obstacles did they have there?
They got the Destroyer that's at Fit Challenge. I believe it's Larry
Cooper.
Yeah. They have Indian Mud Run. They got some of the Indian heads. They have some of the Skull Valley. Yes. They have some of those heads. They got a Warped Wall. They got an Indoor Hill, which is kind of cool.
I like that. A lot.
They have a bunch of different rec bags. They have a wall, which you can actually adjust the height. I think it was set at 8 feet today. But you can actually take those boards out and make it lower for people that are progressing.
I didn't notice that. That's nice.
They have a Bone Frogs tire obstacle and, some balance beams, quad steps, tires out back, and the Weaver is the other big one.
Yeah.
So.
You can do anything here.
And
Stairway to Heaven, obviously, and then a vertical pegboard.
We have the best indoor obstacle course training facility in the U.S.
I would drop my mic right now if I didn't have more more days to record. But we had a great time today. You got a lot of mileage, and we kind of goofed off while we were out there. But it was a good time, and it was just really cool seeing the history of Battle Frog and talking to someone that spent some time working there.
At first, I worked a little bit with their marketing, and then I was more on the build crew than anything else. And I did some of the flagging too, but that was short-lived because Lee Stoll kicked my ass in it. But it was mostly with the build crew, so I got to see the race from all different dimensions as a competitor, as a business owner, as a build crew, and marketing. So it was a big, big help with me.
Yeah, absolutely. It was nice. So there's group fitness classes going on, and it really broke up the day. There's like that first half of the day flew by for me because I'd run a couple miles, I'd come in, the group fitness class would be going on, I'd talk to them about Folds of Honor, I'd sit down, they'd buy a couple books, I'd sign them, and go back out and run a couple more miles. So it really broke up the day and made it nice.
Also, today was a little bit colder than it was previous days.
Yeah, it's a little cold. It just is what it is. I mean, one thing you learn is you just go out and do it, and it's either cold or it's hot or it's raining, it's muddy.
That's another obstacle, right?
Exactly.
It was in like an industrial park, so there was quite a bit of wind. It's very open.
Yeah, it's about 18 degrees when I first got here this morning. You were around that corner. That wind, it's a gut punch.
Did that bother you at all?
My face hurts a little bit, to be honest with you, from the wind. Like I feel like I have windburn on my face from just being exposed. But other than that, not really. I mean, the first 2 laps, I was a little cool, and then once you get the blood moving, I warmed up real quick, and then once the sun came out, it was very comfortable. So I ran in, my Hannibal Race Kuwait jersey, a long sleeve shirt, merino pants, Hammer Nutrition socks, Merrells, and I was alternating depending on what obstacles I was doing. Sometimes I used Bleg Mitt lights, and sometimes rock tape gloves, the Talons.
So any final thoughts on how you think today went? How do you think recovery is going to go tonight? And thoughts going into Noob Sanity's Extreme Ravine tomorrow?
No, we got about a 4.5-hour car ride, so just kind of relax and try to take a nap during that. And then Noob Sanity's Extreme Ravine will be a nice break for my upper body because there's very few obstacles there. He drags a couple over from across the street, and mostly it's elevation. So tomorrow will be a workout for my legs, mostly a lot of walking due to the technical terrain and the climbing. And Noob Sanity crew is just phenomenal, right? Like if you haven't been out to Noob Sanity, you got to go because they have a community from everyone from like pros down to like, this is my first time at an obstacle course race and I have trouble getting over like a 6-foot wall type people, right? So like it's literally, and everything in between.
You'll be seeing red certainly when you go to one of their events. And if you're hearing this now and you're around tomorrow, which is Tuesday, or the following day, because we'll be there 2 days in a row, right? Make sure you come out, help pace them. Plan to walk a decent amount, and like you said before, he'll go whatever pace you need to go, and just a great way to support and get an awesome belt buckle.
Yeah, and the Extreme Ravine is what we're doing on Tuesday, so that's mostly a lot of terrain-based and natural obstacles. On Wednesday, we're doing Mud Gauntlet, which is their like premier obstacle course. So that'll be a lot of stress on the upper body. But last time in OCR America back in 2016, we had so many people out there. Like that was the best day of the event in 2016, besides the final day, which was a live event. But yeah, they just do a great job, and the amount of stuff in his backyard is like preposterous. Yeah, it's better than Rugged. It's better than Warrior Dash. I think it's better than Spartan, but some people would disagree with me. But it's like having your own Savage race in your backyard. That's a 5K. Yeah. That's how good it is.
Well, it's going to be exciting going into this, and just keep in mind all the people that are cheering you on.
You've still got 3/4. So if you're not feeling 100%, you just use the part you still have.
Keep your eyes on the end. You know what you're doing. You've got your why. You're inspiring and motivating so many people.
Good for him. He's insane.
Thank you, and good luck to you all. I hope the event goes great.
Dude, keep going. Love what you're doing. You're hardcore, dude. Rock on.
Oh, thanks.